Sonia Nieto is a professor emerita of language, literacy, and culture in the College of Education at the University of Massachusetts Amherst campus. Her teaching has spanned early elementary through doctoral education, and her research is focused on the education of students of culturally and linguistically diverse backgrounds, with a special emphasis on Latino students. Congratulations, Sonia.
A native of Brooklyn, New York, Sonia Nieto's early teaching experience includes a public school in the Bronx that was the first fully bilingual school in the Northeast. Her university career began at the Puerto Rican Studies Department at Brooklyn College. In 1975, she moved to Amherst, Massachusetts, where she completed her doctoral studies and launched a long and rich academic career. Sonia's work focuses on questions of diversity, equity, and social justice in education. She's written and edited dozens of journal articles, as well as 13 books. Today, Sonia is a professor emerita of language, literacy, and culture at the College of Education, University of Massachusetts Amherst. She's received numerous awards for her scholarly work, teaching, advocacy, and activism, including 9 honorary doctorates. She said that when she was teaching, she often made a point of telling her students they were not there just to become teachers, but to be able to lead a consequential life. For pioneering multiculturalism in education and instructing generations of new teachers in the values of inclusion, we're proud to present Sonia Nieto with a 2021 Governor's Award in the Humanities.
My father had to leave school in 4th grade to work on a farm in the hills of Peñuelas, the small town he was born in Puerto Rico, becoming the sole breadwinner for his widowed mother and the remaining 6 siblings in his home. My mother was more fortunate, attending school until sophomore year in high school. They left the island for the States in 1929 and 1934, respectively, meeting and marrying in New York City and starting a family. Although neither of them had the benefit of a formal education, they made it clear to us through both words and actions that they understood the value of education. While we didn't have the resources that more privileged families take for granted, my parents pushed us to do well in school, and they did what they could to help us succeed. It's no accident that I became a teacher, and later a professor, a teacher educator, and an advocate for public education. It's a profession that has brought a great deal of joy and meaning to my life. Of course, I couldn't have articulated it when I was 6 or 7, and I made the decision that I wanted to be a teacher. But somehow I knew even then that public education would be my profession and my passion. The humanities have especially guided me in life, teaching me that thinking critically, writing persuasively, listening to different viewpoints respectfully, learning from history, and being open to different experiences and perspectives, that these are the skills that what it means to be an educated person. The Governor's Award in the Humanities is a phenomenal individual honor for me, and I'm deeply grateful for it. But besides being an individual honor, more than anything, it's a tribute to the value of public education and to people like my mother and father who didn't themselves have access to education, but who struggled every day to make sure that their children could know the privileges that we've known. It's also a tribute to other kids of color, to those who live in poverty, and to the many who've been marginalized in our society, who still struggle to learn in schools that increasingly turn their backs on them. The support and love of my family has made my life possible. My parents, Federico Cortés and Esther Mercado, my siblings, Lydia and Freddie, Angel, my loving husband of 54 years, our daughters, Alicia, Marisa, and Jasmine, and our other beautiful grandkids, including the newest member of our family, our great-grandson, Amir. It's because of them that I'm here today. They remind me every day why public education is still worth fighting for. and why it's indispensable to any society that strives to be based on democratic values.